Now, I'm sure you want to know if the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation is any good, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video, so just keep on watching. Hola mi gente! Thank you so much for being here. My name is Mariluz, and in this video, I'm going to give you a review of the Nars Foundation. I'm going to talk about price and packaging, the claims, I'm going to show you how I apply it, and also I'm going to give you my final thoughts on it. So let's get right into it. Okay, so to start, I'm going to talk about price and packaging. This foundation retails for $49 and you can get it at Ulta and Sephora. Now it comes in this really nice matte box. It is black and has the NARS letters right over here. It does have the shade name on the top of the box, and this one is in the shade Barcelona. It's a medium 4. Now the foundation bottle itself is a glass bottle and it's transparent, so you can see the shade that you're getting, and it also has like a matte cap. When you open it, it does include a pump, and that pump is also a black matte or a matte black, whatever. And I do like this. I do like the packaging. I actually for some reason thought it was going to be a little smaller, but it's actually like a decent size, and this is like more thin. The glass is more thin than I thought it would be, and it has 1 full ounce of product. I do think it's more into the pricey side. $49 is like a little expensive, but keep in mind that this is a high-end brand. This is like a luxury brand, and the bottle does look really luxury, so I do like that. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever been curious about this foundation and have looked at the claims on Sephora or Ulta, wherever you want to buy it from. It claims so many good things that you feel like you need this foundation in your life. So the first thing that it claims is that it's long wearing. It actually tells you it is a 16-hour wear. Now, it also claims that it's good for all skin types, and I'm talking about oily, combination, dry, and I feel like that is a pretty big claim. It also claims that it's a full coverage foundation, you know, but it's still buildable. That is a radiant finish, so it's not matte and it's not dewy. It's like more like a healthy glow. For me, radiant finish means like it's more like healthy or natural glow to it. That is lightweight and that is fade and sweat proof. So on paper, this foundation has the perfect resume. If that's a thing. So now I'm going to apply the foundation, and before I do that, I do want to mention that I did went to the Sephora website, and it does specify, like it has specifics on how to wear this foundation or apply this foundation. Oh, and I do forgot to mention that I did use a moisturizer before I started this video, just because I went again and started using my antibiotics, but I also combined it with benzoyl peroxide, and I think my skin is purging a lot, but at the same time is drying. Like it feels dry after I wash it, so I really use a moisturizer before I even start. So the website tells you that a little goes a long way, and even the pump does not dispense as much. Like I'll show you, it dispenses just a tiny bit, and the reason for that apparently is because the pigments are too powerful, and if you use too much, it will probably like set up on your fine lines or even cling to your dry patches. But I'm going to use just 3 pumps for my entire face, just like I always do with my Estee Lauder. Like I apply 1 pump for this side of the face and then another pump for this side, and also 1 for like the center, like my forehead and the center of my face. And if we need to build some coverage, I will go over those as well, but I'll show you. So I want you to see that when you apply it on your finger, it just dispenses a tiny little bit. That's all it dispenses, and then you're going to apply that on your face. I try to like dot it everywhere so it spreads more easily, and then I'll take the beauty sponge, in this case my beauty blender, and bounce it everywhere. Now with that tiny bit, it did coverage a lot of my imperfections, but I'll probably need a little bit more coverage, but we'll go over that later. So then I'm going to take another pump and I'm going to apply that on this other side. Okay, then I'm going to use another pump and I'm going to apply it on my forehead, but I'm also going to bring a little bit of the product on my nose and then apply it on the center of my face, you know? So this is how it looks like with just 1 layer of this foundation. So obviously my whole face is a problem area, guys. So I'm going to apply a little bit over my acne over here and then all my dark spots around the face. I'm gonna apply just a little bit. I think that was like half a pump. And I'm going to apply it in the areas that I think it needs it the most. But I'm gonna be as gentle and as careful as possible. Now obviously I do believe this is full coverage. I just need more coverage because of all my dark spots and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna keep playing and I'll let you know how many pumps I end up using. So this is how the foundation is looking. I ended up using around 5 pumps, the 3 that I first initially did for the first layer, and then I started using like half a pump here and there to cover the blemishes that I needed or that needed more coverage. So after I try to blend as much as possible, this is how it looks like. So now I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll come back to show you exactly what I thought about this foundation. Okay, so I just finished my makeup and everything applied really nicely, you guys. I'm talking about blush, highlight, contour, bronzer, I did my eyeshadow, and everything wore really nicely. I actually did not set the foundation with any setting powder, or I didn't even use any setting spray. Now I did set my concealer as always, and I also baked a little bit under my eyes so the foundation wouldn't get ruined while I was doing my eye makeup. Now I've been wearing this foundation for like an hour, so this is how it's looking. Now this is a full review. This is not a first impressions. I have used this foundation a couple times. I have applied it with a beauty blender and a brush. I have used it with primers, with no primers, with even different primers. And I think I already have like a full opinion of what I think about this foundation. But first I do want to go over the claims and tell you if I believe it is true or if it's not. So one of the first claims of this foundation was that it was long wearing and that it was a 16-hour wear. And I believe that is not true. After 4 hours, I feel like this foundation starts breaking up on me. I believe it wears better when I don't have a primer underneath, but it does last longer when I do have a primer. I hope this makes sense, but what I'm trying to say is that when I use a primer, I feel like it just starts breaking up around this area over here, and when I'm not with a primer, it just wears out evenly. Now, the next claim was that it was good for all skin types, and even though I don't have all skin types, you guys, I do have oily skin. I can tell you for sure that it looks good on oily skin. I think it'll look even better with combination or dry skin. This is not a drying formula. It is not a matte formula. It's more like a radiant formula. Now for oily skin, I assure you, you cannot wear this for more than 5 hours. So keep that in mind. Now it also claims that it's full coverage, and I believe that is true, you guys. Even though I had to go over my problem areas and like spot conceal, I believe it is a full coverage. I mean, if I didn't have too many problem areas, the first initial 3 pumps would have been more than enough. Now in terms of the finish, I do believe it is a radiant finish. I don't think it's matte, I don't think it's dewy, but it has like this healthy glow, and I feel like that's what radiant means. So I don't know, I hope you can tell, but I have no setting spray, and it looks like I do have a setting spray on because it looks more natural and glowy. Now it is lightweight as well. I really don't feel like I have foundation on. I can barely feel it really. It has like full movement. I don't feel like it's heavy or anything like that. So the fact that they claim it's lightweight, it is totally true. Now the last claim about being fade and sweat proof, no. It is not. Like I mentioned before, after a few hours, I do think it does fade, especially if you don't have a primer. And if I feel like I'm getting a little oily when I'm trying to like blot my face, I do feel like the foundation is coming off as well. So I think that's all I wanted to say about this foundation. If you have used this foundation and have any opinions or any experience on it, just let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know if you are trying to pick it up. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. I will see you on my next one. Okay? Bye!